guys, it's Sarah. So today I'm going to be doing Top 5 Wednesday. Top 5 Wednesday is a Goodreads group created by Ginger Reads Laney. Essentially, there's topics every Wednesday that you answer in 5. Today's theme is Top 5 Summer Reads. So today I'm going to be talking about all the books that I would have to recommend for this summery time of the year. Of course, if you are not in the same hemisphere as I, aka you're Australian, it might not be summery. So I'm just gonna start this list. Okay, so first I'm gonna recommend a series to you guys, just because the theme is so summery and I love it. And that is the Of Poseidon series by Anna Banks. So this is a mermaid series trilogy. So number 1, they're paperback, and I don't know what it is about summer, but I find that summer and paperbacks just goes beautifully, because you can just floop it around and it's great. This is a mermaid story in which a girl finds out that she is a half mermaid princess. No, I'm not 12. I love this series. I think it is such a girly, fun, lighthearted read, and all of the books are just so fun. Like, I don't know, I just have a thing in my heart for mermaid stories, and this is one of the better YA ones that I've come across so far, so I had to recommend it. If you guys like mermaid stories and you haven't read this, I would totally say to give it a go, because it's just so fun. The main character kind of has to find her place in life because she doesn't feel comfortable on land and she doesn't feel accepted in the sea. Where does she fit? It's a story of romance and finding yourself in a world very strange. I almost said seriously strange. Rob Dyke is bae. But yeah, so I would have to recommend this to anyone who's looking for a fun mermaid story this summertime season. Next, we have like one of the only contemporary novels that I like. And I like it a lot. Anna and the French Kiss by Stephanie Perkins. This story is in a trilogy of companion novels. And for 1, the cover, on point. For 2, the inside, on point also. That's also an important factor when reading. We have Anna, the main character. She is from Atlanta and her family decides to send her to boarding school in Paris to learn some French, get cultured, get very un-American, as it were. And she goes there and makes a lot of friends. One of them being this guy named Etienne St. Clair. And Etienne is the love interest in this story, and I have never read any of Stephanie Perkins' stuff. This is the first one. It's amazing. If you haven't read this series and you're not a very big contemporary fan, like I'm not a contemporary fan very much at all, but this story was really cute and I liked it, and there was enough stuff going on that it wasn't just like super cliche, but it was cliche enough that it was just like, oh, so cute, and I thoroughly enjoy it. And as one of my only liked contemporary novels, I thought I had to give it a nod. If you haven't read it, give it a go. Next we have Shadows by Paula Weston. This is a YA paranormal romance based on angels, and this book was recommended to me by Casey Ann over at Casey Ann Books, Dark Readers. She was so right. I have the next book coming because I read this first book last summer and it's so good. Like, so good. The main character, Gabby Winters, her brother died a year ago. The whole story is set in Australia. So for the Australian people that want to read your homeland, go read it. It's so good. She meets this guy named Rafa, and it goes from there, and she learns some crazy things, and the action is intense, the romance is believable, and just nice. And yeah, it's just really good. There's action and fighting demons and angel stuff, and it's a very complex fantasy world alongside the normal world, which I love in an urban fantasy. If the world is well thought out and completely crazy, I'm a fan. This is that. I just find this like magic system super believable. It's super entrancing. Definitely if you like urban fantasy, if you like the Mortal Instruments, You will probably like this book. And so I'm gonna read the next book soon. I just bought it from Book Outlet because it's on sale. Next up isn't necessarily like specific books, but it's more like a feeling of a book. And that feeling is nostalgia. Childhood classics. Classics that may be quite old, that are aimed at children, and they just warm the cockles of your ice cold bitter heart. Like me. So, for these two examples, I've brought with me Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie and The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald. This was written in like the 1860s and this was written in like 1910, so they're both old, but they just are so magical. The language is just so entrancing. I know a lot of people have issues reading classic books because of the language, but because these are aimed at children, I find it a lot easier to digest. Oh, I forgot. I was gonna show you 4 books. The other ones that I wanted to show you besides Peter Pan and The Princess and the Goblin, which are delightful. The Jungle Book by Rudyard Kipling is an amazing one. I read this when I was like 12 or 13 and I adored it. I thought it was very interesting. And now that the movie came out and apparently is just amazing. This would also be a very good summary one. Go read it, folks. Okay, and then other like classic childhoody ones that I would say, Talk Everlasting by Natalie Babbitt. Okay, so this one I didn't actually read as a child. I read it like 2 years ago, but the movie is such a pivotal part of my childhood. Alright, so the last recommendation I have for you guys is just a classic, and that is The Selection by Kiera Cass. So I just read this book quite recently and fell in love. Is it terrible? Maybe. Is it cliche? Yes. This book is so cute. We have a girl who gets in a contest to become a princess. Is that weird and kind of lame? Yes. Is it thoroughly entertaining and surprisingly so? Yes. I read this and it totally surprised me how much I liked it. It's just kind of like a feel-good, happy story, moment-y thing. And so I would have to recommend it for summertime reading because if you are on the beach, just being like, that is a good visual, you know? So yeah, I would have to just recommend The Selection by Kiera Cass. And I am going to be finishing the series this summer because I really like it. And I don't know, it's just like one of those things that is kind of like a guilty pleasure. I thought just like the vibe of it would go great with the summertime because it's just like fun and light and fluffy, romancy, dystopian-y stuff. Ding. But yeah, so I straight up just recommended you like 15 or so books. Top 5 Wednesdays, yo. But yeah, so, whoa. Pulling out the Canadian stops here, folks. I'm just in a really weird mood. I'm pretty sure I'm having a low blood sugar. Hashtag type 1 diabetes. Yeah, so top 5 Wednesdays. Super fun. I'll probably try to do more of these in the future because I always have such a great time doing it. Sorry, I don't know why I keep bunching my shoulders like really far forward here. I don't know what's happening, but I do promise that I do have a neck. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please leave your answers to the top 5 Wednesday question of top 5 summer books down below. I am a mess. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. My name is Sarah, and I will see you guys later with a more reasonable blood sugar level. I'm gonna go eat some sugar pills, because
diabetes.